to Radio Geonosis, where we talk about Star Wars from a certain point of view. And today, we're going to be going over Comic-Con and what we're looking forward to, and actually started off as Stan Lee's Comic Expo or Stan Lee's Kamikaze Expo. Mm-hmm. It's gone through many changes, but I'm really excited. Right now we're watching Star Wars new cartoon, The Resistance. Yeah.
Shout out to Konami for putting it on.
Yeah, thank you, Konami. All right, so we've got some hot happenings before we get started. I'll go first, and then you can talk about another one.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go over some Saber Guild events. October 13th, I will be with Skywalker Temple at the Silver Lake Library. Yeah. And on Sunday, I will be with Temple Prime at the Petco in Long Beach, in Signal Hill. So I'm really excited about that.
Great job, man.
Yes, he's drinking his vodka.
She's our on the floor correspondent.
Yeah. I don't know. Pretty soon you're going to be on the floor too after that vodka.
Yeah. It's water. Honestly, it is water. I swear, listeners, it's water. I promise you.
I'm going to keep teasing him because I just told him about a vodka story.
I've been telling you about vodka.
All right. So, do you have any news for this week?
I do. It's not Star Wars related, but I did get to see Venom. In our last episode, I was going in about.
Yeah, you were dry heaving on that one.
Yeah, but I saw Venom and I enjoyed it. I'm not even.
Oh,
I'm
so
not
you
gonna,
like it?
I did. I'm not gonna dry heave on this one, but I saw Venom and it was good. Like it was a good. It was a good mix of everything I like about like the Marvel movies in general. You know what I mean? So it was good.
I'm glad.
I advise people just go check it out. If you are a Venom fan, even if you aren't, if you're just a huge Marvel head or superhero buff in general.
So it was worth it. Can you see it as a 3-movie series?
I could easily.
Okay.
And that was also like very impressive how wide open it was.
I definitely had to talk you off the cliff last week.
I know you did. Some stuff just really grinds. It gets under my skin. So it's like that was one of them, but not too seriously. But it was just one I guess passionate about. Yeah, you said dry heat. Let's just stick to that. But it was good.
I was so excited about watching this Star Wars Resistance. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Angie.
Oh, and I'm Aaron. I was so excited to talk about how good Venom was. I forgot to introduce myself.
And we're talking about vodka, so that was wrong.
Cheers.
All right, so there's a fan theory out there that suggests that Rey's parents could be Han and Kira. I don't know if I can get behind that.
No.
I don't know. I just don't see it. I honestly don't see it.
I have to dismiss that immediately.
Yeah.
There's no way I see it.
Yeah. Okay, and so the new Star Wars Resistance show aired on the Disney live stream and Disney Channel. Did you catch it? I did not catch it, but we are catching it right now.
We are watching it right now, and I'm not going to lie, John.
Yeah, it looks great.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks pretty
I'm
good.
so sad.
This dogfight was getting pretty intense right now.
I say bravo to Disney for this. This looks fantastic.
It's a little smoother than, and now I may know what I'm talking about also. It's a little smoother than there's like Godzilla on Netflix. They have those animation, how the animation is. And you were watching the anime the other day that kind of looked like this. Remember I said, oh, it's trash.
I don't like, okay.
It was a kaiju? Was it a kaiju? Was that what they were fighting?
It was.
It was, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's the animation is like, but this looks a little smoother.
This is crisp
because they look like other Disney characters from like childish kids cartoons.
Like a prince or something.
Yeah.
That guy looks like a.
You mean it's just it's typical of Disney? You know, it's a typical Disney.
The animators that make the little 7-year-old shows, and they just told them, hey, make the Star Wars.
But I think they're gearing it towards kids and not us big kids.
Yeah, this is Disney XD. This is like as kid as it gets.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make it more kid friendly because you got to remember that Clone Wars was really more geared towards adults. And it really covered a lot of adult.
Yes, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
A newer version of
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
I have to agree, but
I have to wait
think,
till that new Clone Wars comes out.
Yes, yes. I think that's where they're going to be targeting more of the older kids like us.
Yeah, but this is definitely
20, 30,
a vibrant
40,
and bright
50.
show. Yeah. It's definitely vibrant and bright, though. It is.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah,
it looks great. Hopefully, we can
The
get through the
dogfight
whole
was
show without oogling and stopping and talking.
it's okay. It's a reaction. It's a reaction too. So it actually might work. Though.
We're live with
We're
it.
live, yeah.
Okay, so new Master and Apprentice book was revealed at the New York Comic Con, and this one is by Claudia Gray. I did see a little bit of that while we were at Comic Con in San Diego. Alpha, I think it's called Alphabet Quadrant, written by Alexander M. Freed, and this book follows a group of rebel pilots who will hunt down rogue Imperials.
Okay.
So that one looks cool too. It's two books. And then lastly, there's a comic book series coming out, Shadow of Vader, and it will actually follow different characters who reveal how the Sith Lord changed or affected their lives. We learn more about Darth Vader through the eyes of people around him.
You brought that up, I think, last time, but not in depth like that.
Yeah,
you brought
yeah.
up the Shadow of Vader comic book.
Yeah, and this was a little bit more in depth of what was going to go on. Maybe because they couldn't reveal it until this was all revealed in New York, which is someday we need to go to that comic book convention.
Oh, New York.
I've not been there. I've been to Dragon Con in Atlanta. No, Comic Con is. Comic Con San Diego. That is the mothership.
Oh, okay.
That's the mothership. Everybody else has just followed along. The other one that's really cool is Salt Lake City.
Is that Leia? I'm sorry.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Just had to make sure.
Yes, it is. These books will be published, and the comics will be published around April 2019. The Master and Apprentice looks like a really cool book, but there is a Jedi Apprentice book series, which is no longer canon, but it's EU. There's an 18-book series, and it pretty much explains how Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi got to be together. You know, how they became Master and Apprentice, and how Obi-Wan stepped away and then came back. So I don't know, you know, we'll see how this book is. I know those books don't count anymore, but they're still near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And remember the book I showed you where I was going through, it has the Yoda on the front. I've got almost every book now in that thing. I'm 2 books away from everything in there.
That should be a book.
200 books.
200.
200 books.
And how many have you read?
I think I've read like maybe 15.
Okay.
Mark has read. He's up at somewhere in the 80s.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
He's way up there. He passed me up books ago.
Books
ago. Also, this Kenneth Carpanpu, I don't know if I'm saying that right, has Star Wars furniture, armchairs, lamps, and they are available in his store in Milan. I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to get over there and get some furniture.
Never say, yeah, we might. We might. We might.
I know Aaron's going to get there before me.
No, we might go at the same time, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Might have to go. Yeah, we might go at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, so the Star Wars Porg project, which is ILM-X Lab, it's to train porgs. This comes out in December, and I think it says Leap 1 for kids, so I believe it's some sort of thing that's supposed to be on the kids' Leap 1s.
Okay.
So that looks pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. Another thing that I don't know if you have watched this, and this is something I tell you need to watch. It's called Star Wars Originals, and it's Star Wars stories. And you can catch that on the Star Wars show on YouTube. They go and they're talking to people, real people on how they were affected by Star Wars. The very first one was about the guy who started the 501st, and I was completely floored.
Did he talk about his recruiting process and everything too?
He talked about how he got started with the whole thing, and 14,000 members later, how they're still around.
Wow.
And they've got garrisons in Germany, Russia, Sweden, France, Japan, everywhere around the world.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Iceland, they're everywhere. Australia, it is amazing. And it started with this guy, and I believe he's in Oklahoma or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the story on how he and his friend started this. all from the, how they began with it. And I believe it started in like 2007 or something like that. But these originals, they're really cool. My friend Sal and his wife Liz are going to be on it.
And is that the ones I took the pictures with? Are they? Is that them or no?
No, that's
okay,
Alex
okay.
and that's Alex and Griffin. And congratulations to Griffin and Sal. They both became the Temple Prime ALD and ALD assistants. So they got promoted. So I'm really excited about that. They're really, and they run they're going to run Temple Prime. So I think that's,
congratulations.
yes, it's really, really cool. His girlfriend Alex is she's the costume consulate, and she approves the costumes because we have got a stringent rule on how these costumes have got to be made and what gets done. So it's really cool.
It is crazy. You guys
Yes.
do have a strict.
All right. So Aaron, a little bit more of a synopsis of what you're seeing.
Well, I'm seeing Poe Dameron and this new character they introduced. I don't know his name. I couldn't hear it, but he looks like a young pilot in training. Looks real ambitious. Definitely gonna be the main character along with whoever this person is right here.
Yeah, the green guy.
Yeah. Kadui Sono. Well, I didn't really hear that correctly, but it looks good. It looks good. It looks good.
My question is, why does Poe have Finn's jacket on?
That's a good question. Well, no, because he worked while Finn was asleep.
So so Poe got it back. So what's going on?
This might be right after Force Awakens, though.
Oh, it could be. It could be.
It could be right after Force Awakens because some time went by.
Something I wanted to bring up. You remember last week we talked about the movies and how I really didn't. The Last Jedi was not my favorite. You know what that movie's missing? Out of all of the movies, and it dawned on me after we talked.
What did it miss?
No, what the movie is missing is missing hope. Every single Star Wars movie has to do with hope, and this one was without.
The looking forward to, like,
yes, but even them suggesting hope.
Mm-hmm.
They even in Empire Strikes Back, a lot of stuff goes on, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff goes on, but what comes across is there's always hope.
Yeah.
Just like in the Matrix, there's always that choice. And it didn't come across, even in all three Matrix movies, even though the third one was terrible. They still had that optimism and choice. Oops, somebody's texting me.
It was the most noble text alert.
It was my daughter.
It wasn't the alien one, though.
No, I got rid of the alien one. Everybody.
Yeah. That was a very noble one.
It's actually Sherwood Forest.
Oh,
I
that's
like Sherwood
okay.
Forest.
That's the name of it?
Yeah, the ringtone. But
Okay.
I also for my phone ring, it's a motorcycle revving.
Oh wow.
I'd like to. Wouldn't it be cool to get like ships shooting? Star Wars kind of ship shooting. My daughter has one of the bar of the Mos Eisley bar. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, okay.
Her ringtone is that. So that's cool. My daughter's cool in a little way. She's just got a little bit of Star Wars in her, a little sprinkle of it.
What do you think from what you've seen so far?
I like it. I'm trying not to watch it because if I watch it, I'm not going to be able to talk at the same time. I'm going to be oogling the show. But it looks good so far. I mean, I do like the animation part of it. He doesn't have a mouth, if you notice that. Watch. The main character. If you see them, they almost don't have a mouth. Well, see, he's got a mouth right now, but when his mouth is closed, you can't really see it. You can't really see it. It's kind of gone.
Yeah.
I think I like. I've not seen Rebels yet, so I'm looking forward to watching that as well. And I think Rebels is more along the lines of Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it seems like it's more along the lines of Clone Wars. This is more for like little kids.
You think? Yeah, I mean for.
I say Chris could get it. He could get into this real quick.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
the dinosaur guy.
The colors, like, I mean, his jacket is super green.
Yeah. I think it has to be for kids, and this is speaking more to kids, but it could, the storyline could be followed by adults.
Yeah.
Who are all kids anyways.
Yeah, that's true. And Poe's obviously talking, he's on a mission for something, or he's looking to do
this
something.
Looks like Wolverine.
That does. Yeah. Poe's looking for something, though. He's on he's asking questions and he's looking for something.
Yeah, I really like Poe. I'd like to see them explore more with Poe in the next movie.
With Poe, yeah.
I would like to see them bring this guy to fruition, bring him into the fold. He's always been the guy on the fringe. You know what I mean? He's just there, but he's not there.
And when Poe is on screen, though, he's
yes.
But when he's out, like you said, when he's not there, he's not there. It's like, where's Poe?
Yeah, he's not. Oscar Isaac is a really, really good actor, and I love a lot of the movies that he's done. He's one of my favorites. I've seen him in other movies and really enjoyed him. So he did a Christmas one, and it was the Bethlehem Story, I think it was.
Oh, was
and
it?
he was excellent in it.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
I mean,
that's what started that whole thing. So with him, because he was excellent in it.
Yeah, I saw him in the movies too growing up.
Yeah, it's like Gary Oldman. I loved him in the movie Sid and Nancy. It was about the punk couple. The guy from Sid Vicious was from the Sex Pistols, and Nancy was his girlfriend. And the very first time I saw Gary Oldman, I thought, oh my gosh, this guy is fantastic. He was great in Bram Stoker's Dracula, even though they did not utilize that character a lot. I mean, they could have done so much more with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he was terrific as Dracula.
Well, Gary Oldman is definitely a sought-after actor.
Yes, I loved him. I love him. He's so sexy as a vampire. Let me just put that out there, man.
Gary Oldman, if you're listening.
Yes, you were so sexy with that long curly hair, and I mean he had these round glasses on and a big hat. He was very Victorian. He's dressed very Victorian, and he was just on fire, on fire.
When did this movie come out?
It came out in the early 2000s, something like that. But it was based on Bram Stoker's, the book Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Okay.
But it was
suspense,
good.
Thriller?
Yeah, it was. It was a love story, suspense. It was a little bit of everything.
Oh, okay.
But he was a very good Dracula, very freaky.
He looked creepy too.
Yeah, he looked creepy, and I mean, it was really, some of it was a little freaky, and I mean, it was just, it was a really, really good. It was really good, and I mean, if you haven't seen it and you want a good Halloween movie, I would definitely look up Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
He was really. I mean, you didn't even know it was him, but it was terrific. Okay, so what are you looking forward to as far as the LA Comic-Con? Because I have my ticket for Sunday.
Sunday, the 28th.
Yes, and I will be dressed as the Huntress.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I can thank my friend Josh I showed him some pictures, and he suggested doing the Huntress. So I'm going to be doing that based on Josh's suggestion.
I'm going as a Mass Studios employee, but what I'm looking forward to getting a Keyblade this time. I didn't get one the last time.
Oh wow!
I could have. I could.
Don't pass those things up.
But it's just that one had like a slight bend. It wasn't like just in perfect condition. I could have easily dismissed it, but I just wanted a perfect Keyblade. So I'm. The dude told me when I asked him, "Are you gonna be at the next Comic-Con?" He was like, "Absolutely." So
he'll be there. That's cool.
So I'm gonna be getting a Keyblade, but I'm looking forward to just I'm just looking forward to collecting more art. I did that last year. I got like a few pieces last year. Getting a couple mystery boxes this year.
Wow.
I'm gonna spend the 60.
You're just gonna do it.
I'm gonna get the mystery box. I'm gonna look for the Dragon Ball Z mystery box, and then I'm looking to get possibly a Dragon Ball Z one for sure, and then maybe like a Marvel mystery box. My homie Alex got one last year, and it came with like a mug, came with a T-shirt, a Captain America T-shirt, a Captain America
I'm not going to be around when you open it, because what if you get something you don't like?
And we split stuff too.
Oh, that's cool.
We trade too. Like we trade stuff too. Like if we're willing to trade, you know what I mean, we'll trade. So I'm looking forward to like getting mystery boxes. I'm looking forward to meeting people.
Yeah.
I did that a lot, like for it being my first con, like not my first con, but like the first full con experience. Like I've been to different like events and stuff like that, and you know Frankenstein's and other different like kind of smaller events,
But not like
on a
this.
grand scale, yeah. You know, like I'm looking forward to just like conversating and meeting people, building some relationships and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. I'm going to be looking for some skirts. I wanted a Star Wars skirt that I had seen at one of the events, and I want to go back and hopefully they'll have that. Look up a little bit of art and then hang out with friends. You know, that's the one thing I can say that, you know, when I first started going, and I had been Stanley's Stanley's Kamikaze when it first started was in 2011. I started going in 2012. So I've gone all these years, and I have met so many people now. When I go, I see people. I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you doing? You know, and I never thought that I would go to an event that big and run into people that I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's really cool to have a lot of friends in that world. You know, and it has been a real pleasure to be able to, you know, hang out and be with these folks. I'm in my element at that point.
Okay. See, that's what I kind of want to make. Not kind of, but I do want to make it a every year thing. Whether I do go for one day or maybe next year I could go for all 3 days, 2 days. Just want to kind of make it a thing to go to build those relationships and those friendships too, because you know you never know who you might meet there.
That's
too,
right.
You know what I mean? And like now, like from cosplayers to developers, designers, to writers, to artists and stuff like that. It could work in everyone's favor as well too. So I'm really
it's all about networking.
Yeah, it's all about, and like last year we all wore the Macedo shirts last year, and that like helped spark like conversation for people to talk to us first.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to be doing the same thing again.
I'm really kind of bummed that Saber Guild is not going to be there, 501st and Rebel Legion, but the Mandos will be there.
Okay.
The Mandalorian Mercs will be there, so I want to make sure I spin by the table and talk to them. I don't, you know, I don't know if I'm going to do a panel. We talked about possibly me being part of the Saber Guild panel because they do have a panel there. So we'll see, you know, what goes on, and if they need me. If they don't need me, then that's fine. I don't have to go and do it. I'm going to be, that weekend is really busy. On Friday I will be back with Skywalker Temple. We're doing a handicap dance, Halloween dance for kids in Pasadena, and then on Saturday I'm going to be doing a Halloween parade in Anaheim.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that'll be with the 501st. It'll be with Saber Guild and Rebel Legion.
Okay.
So that's really cool. They did it last year and I couldn't do it, so this year I'm going to do it. Okay, we're back to Resistance. What do you think so far?
Something went on in the bar. They had like a bar fight, and now looks like someone went out on a mission. It looks like someone went out on a mission. There's like, is it
or
a race or
some sort of game or something's going on? I can see people wanting to, you know, cosplay some of these characters. I can see that for sure.
This might be the easiest cosplay of the just because you could type in this character's jacket and then get the same jacket online. Someone
that or make it.
Yeah,
because I'm in the process of making the Barriss Offee costume, and I made the shirt part of it last night, but I have to take one of the sleeves apart because I did it inside out. So I'm still learning how to sew, and then I'm going to have to go back to my friend Crystal's house to cut out the pattern for the skirt because I've never done any sewing in my life. And so this is one of the firsts.
None of the costumes you had or you cosplayed as before required any sewing or?
My Sith one I had made. My Jedi one I had made. My Night Sister, I actually hand stitched that. And it took me 16 hours to hand stitch the thing.
Wow.
Yeah, so it took a long time. I worked on that for about a month. I've done, I put pieces together for the Barriss Offee that I have, and I had my friend's mom make the cape. And then for my Ahsoka Tano, I cut up the dress. I bought a dress, a velvet dress, and I cut up the pieces and cut out, where things needed to be in order to wear that dress. And I made this was before they had the older Ahsoka with the white outfit. I actually came up with just another dress that I just made longer, and I said this is an older Ahsoka in 2015, prior to them even making Rebels and making that older Ahsoka. So I was like a little bit ahead of the curve there.
Yeah. If I cosplay, it would probably be next year. And I'll probably go as like a pilot. You know what I mean? Like a rebel.
Yeah.
Like a rebel pilot or something like that. Something easy, something simple.
Yeah.
Something cool too. You know what I mean?
You got to start with something simple, because I
Yeah.
started with hello. I started with Laura Croft, and I went from there.
Okay.
And I just did the Angelina Jolie Laura Croft with the shorts and then the guns and then the tank shirt, and she had the braid, and it was something simple. And I did that in 2010 was the very first time I got I put a costume on like that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, back in the day, when I was a goth punk, I wore all kinds of get-ups.
I'm looking forward to that Spawn being there. I need to get a picture with that Spawn. Yeah, a legit Spawn outfit. I have to get a picture with that dude.
Yeah, that guy goes all the time. I think I've seen.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did the Spawn costume.
And the guy who has the old school Transformer.
Yes, the Transformer, and also the one, the Alien costume
Mhm.
with all the.
Yeah.
That guy always goes there too.
There's people I've seen at the game I think when GameStop has their like yearly game convention too, because people cosplay there too.
Wow.
Yeah, so you could do it there and they do it. So yeah, there's people I've seen before too, like, and just on like social media too, that have like
Yeah.
a big presence on, like your friend with the red Stormtrooper costume.
Oh, Hip Hop Trooper.
Hip Hop Trooper.
Eugene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen him at the GameStop one.
Yeah, he's done all kinds. He's moved to Tennessee, so we won't see him anymore. He's
Oh, okay.
He's gone there, So
He'll come out to the bigger cons though.
he does. He does sometimes. He comes out if they invite him. He'll come
Okay.
out. So, but yeah, I mean, the very first time I put on a costume, you just got hooked.
Yeah.
I just got hooked. I mean, and I just wanted to do more and more. And I did give you a request of a girl who is a cosplayer. She does all kinds of great stuff. She came up on my Facebook page, and so I suggested her to you.
I didn't see it.
Oh my goodness, Aaron.
I didn't see it. I will see it.
He doesn't
though.
pay attention to me.
I'll see it. I'll look for it. But I'm looking forward to a lot of different cosplay. Like I said, I'm looking forward to hooking myself up though.
Yes.
Getting the mystery boxes and all that stuff.
Yes,
like that. I'm trying to collect them all, like as much as I can.
If there's lightsabers there, I might not be able to restrain myself, because I want another one.
Who would it have to be? Whose would it have to be?
For me, it just has to be a saber that is something that's comfortable in my hand, something that's easy to work with, because I would use it for a show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that is not very busy on the hilt. So
Okay.
I don't like that, because then it gets in the way of my hand. So, and then it's got to have a switch that that rises rather than flat on the hilt, because if it's flat, then I turn it off.
If that Count Dooku one, maybe I would probably.
Oh
do
my
that.
gosh, Count Dooku's are like $500 and up.
Really?
Those are
Even
very expensive.
But that's the one that you would be in a show with, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
you can use it in a show. My friend Ron, he was Count Dooku, and my very first show, I fought him with that saber. He had the Count Dooku saber.
I think Pat's going too.
Mr. Patrick, are you going? All
I
right.
believe so.
Are you
Yeah,
going
he is
Sunday?
going. Yeah, he's going on Sunday.
Awesome.
So we'll be in our Mass Studios gear, walking around, interviewing people. And
I'll
stuff
definitely
like
be looking for you. I'm going to
Yeah.
try and bring my recording too, and hopefully not lose the recordings after I've got them all. I put them in my I put them in my computer, and I don't know what happened. I think I pressed the wrong
I'm gonna
button.
just use the Zoom. I'm gonna just use that.
Yeah, because
So
I have
wrong
my
with that.
recorder. I was so bummed I lost all my interviews, so won't do that again.
What about your phone?
I could use my phone, but it's just easier to use the recorder.
The recorder, yeah.
I just have never used it, with that kind of thing. I used it when we were at CelmoCon, which was at Kelly's house,
Mhm.
but I never used it at a convention, and I did, and the interview sounded great, and then I put them in the computer and pressed something wrong, and that's all she wrote.
You just need something to black out the background noise, the chatter.
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff like that,
it
and-
actually didn't have too much, but I think I kind of like it when there is background noise, because then
Yeah.
then you get the effect of, hey, I'm at a they're
I'm
at a
con,
convention,
they're at a
yeah,
convention, yeah.
instead of like I'm in a closet faking it.
Oh, and the food trucks too.
Yes.
There's
Oh
a
my
few.
gosh, they had the best jerk chicken food truck. It was like a jerk chicken Jamaican kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
It was so good. If that's there, I'm gonna be really happy.
Looking for the most fire teriyaki bowl when I go.
Something with a flame on it.
Yeah. Definitely flame. Like, I don't want anything cold from a food truck. I want something flame.
Oh my
broiled,
gosh, the jerk chicken
cooked,
was so
seared.
good.
Like, I want all that.
Oh man, you're making me hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week at Radio Geonosis. Please catch us on Facebook with Radio Geonosis 2.0, YouTube with Radio Geonosis, Castbox, and iTunes. So next week, we're going to let's talk about something that have to do with Halloween and Star Wars.
Okay. I was going to say you pick, because didn't I pick the last two
Yeah, you
ones?
picked the last two. Really good
Oh,
choices.
Thank you. Yeah, this will work too. The Halloween one.
Yeah, like a Star Wars Halloween kind of theme. We could use monsters. We can talk about how we feel that Star Wars, what in Star Wars has a Halloween kind of theme to it.
And should we have a Halloween? That's what Arlie asked me too. Should we have a Halloween party here? We were thinking about it.
I don't know.
Not a party per se, but like you could bring your kids to come get candy and stuff here.
Oh yeah,
Party
that would be
and stuff.
cool. I'm going to
Not
be
a
in
party.
Spring Valley Lake, dressed as Cloud from Final Fantasy.
And you have the Buster Sword. Didn't someone bring that up last time?
Yeah, I have that sword.
You have the Buster Sword, all right.
But
And
it's wood. It's a wooden sword. It isn't the real metal one that with the pieces that come off.
Okay.
It's just a. I got one from the cosplay store in the mall or the.
yeah, the anime
store.
ages. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a wooden one, but it worked when I was at the anime convention. So I'm gonna wear that costume again.
Which I will be going to. I'm gonna go.
You better not miss. You can't.
not.
You know what? Sometimes work you just got to
I,
take a day
and,
off.
yeah, I couldn't call. It was just too soon for me to
I
call
know.
off. Yeah.
I know.
It was too soon.
From all of us here at Radio Geonosis, we're gonna see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
guys.